Welcome back to Booster Therapy. We're back with another draft tech video working through Guilds of Ravnica. So, gonna dive into a draft here, talk a little bit about the picks that you're seeing in the overall strategy. If you haven't had a chance yet, Guilds is easily one of the funnest sets to draft in a while. I mean, Dominaria was very good. But prior to that, it was a dry spell. A lot of pretty boring sets, but Guilds has been great. And I thought we would take a little bit of time to talk, review the overall strategy of how to play this set, and see if we can't get you guys a bit more prepared for your regular draft nights, your Friday night magics, the things that you are attending, and hopefully succeeding at. And if not, hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight on how to play differently and maybe drive up that success rate. If you hadn't had a chance, we also had another video that was drafting for beginners that talks about some basic strategies with things like evasion and removal and the importance of those things. This one, though, we're going to dive in and really just look at the strategy here. So here's our first pack. Let's see. A rare that it's kind of a fun rare, but not really worthwhile at all in a draft. Necrotic Wound is good. Again, it's a removal spell, and man, do I like playing the whole Golgari theme. And there's a lot of different strategies here. I mean, you have just the simple guild, the guild strategy, whether it's Boros or Golgari or Dimir or any of those. Dimir and Golgari are my favorite, and they synergize really well. Surveilling to fill up that graveyard to then use that undergrowth mechanic for creatures in your graveyard works really well. So I think Necrotic Wound can kind of go a couple different ways. It's just really versatile. Hypothesizzle is really good too, but I think the 1 mana instant speed removal is really the way we're going to go on this one. Alright, pack 2. So we have something that really does help us synergize with Surveilling, the Whisperer. He is good here, but another really good removal spell. I think I'm just going to go with this. To be able to do both of those, tap a creature and destroy a creature, or I guess -2, -4, which in most cases is going to kill a creature. I don't think it gets much better than that. Dual utility out of a card at instant speed is going to be the right pick here. This is pretty good too. Being able to bounce and then surveil, that's also effective, but I really think we're going to go with this. Yep. Hopefully you guys have had a couple chances to draft this. I know a lot of you would have been in the release weekend for Sealed, so you got to do some Sealed limited play, but drafting is really my favorite. Ooh, here's another good one. Man, if we really can dive deep into this whole Golgari, Dimir, the Sultai strategy. Sultai, if you don't know and you're new to Magic, is going to be black, blue, green, those 3 colors, and man, I love playing those 3 colors. The Centipede's really good too. 3/2 for 3 that helps buff up a creature if it dies, so you're not really worried about it. But yeah, the Insect Warrior is the way to go. Having reach, a 3/2 for 2, and it can fight when it enters the battlefield and destroy those pesky flyers. And there are a handful of really difficult flyers to get around this one, so that's going to help. Okay. Well, we have a Fat Bolt. Let's see, what else do we have here? This one, not really worth it. 4 mana to drain 3 life, not as effective as we need it to be. Man, this pack doesn't have a lot. 2/2 for 2 that pumps is not bad. Late in the game, that can really help. Being able to jumpstart draw a card is probably the way to go, just to help us pitch the lands we don't need when we get to that place. Think that's going to be the way I'm going to go here. Drawing a card and then jump starting to get to do it again, so you kind of get to double up on that spell, and again, pitching a land when we don't need it, when it makes our dead draws not so dead. So I think we're going to go with this. So far, so good. Hey, well, we got another Crawl Warrior, which is really good. This is good too, being able to give Menace, but I think I'm going to go with Overgrown Tomb. One, it's a rare. Try to build up the collection a little bit, but the shock land just is helping us fix the mana a little bit, so we'll go with that. Oh, okay. Well, we got, let's see, a Notion Rain. Probably, yeah, I think this is the way we're going to go. Surveilling and drawing, all for 3 mana. Again, it helps us build up the graveyard for some undergrowth ability. It helps us draw cards. It's only 3 mana. I think this is the way to go. All right. The Crab. Not going to do that. So, Centipede I like. Maybe I'm overvaluing it, but I think it's just, again, 3/2 for 3 that I can just swing away with or block away and not even worry about it. It's just useful right now, and I think it, again, helps with our undergrowth ability a lot, with just getting to build up that graveyard, and we need creatures that we don't worry too much about if they die. So that's our guy. See, the one difference between Arena and Magic Online, you don't have to wait for the draft to keep playing out. It's Arena works a little bit differently, where it's predictive and it drains the card pool on what is most likely to be drafted, but you could just keep picking and kind of go a little bit faster. An MTGO, I gotta wait for the rest of the world. Okay, Surveil mechanic. Probably gonna go with that. There's some mana fixing. That's not bad either. 1/4 for 3 is a heavy blocker. Ooh, we have another Centipede. Maybe we go with the Centipede to be a bit more aggressive. I'm kind of torn here. Surveilling's good because it helps us peek into the future and fill up the graveyard too, but the Centipede is just something I can carelessly swing away with. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. We're going to try to get big and see what happens. Alright, so here's a card that's undervalued a little bit. Getting the undergrowth ability to +X+O and Menace is really good. It's a pretty easy pick. Gonna take this Surveil and Bounce. It just keeps us aggressive, keeps us hitting in front of these guys. We can go here, gain some life. We got a couple okay options. Jump starting to fly over. Again, it helps us with evasion, or we can just do the gain life. Go with that because he's a big guy. Get some Destroy Artifact, just in case we see it. I don't think there's a lot of that in here, but just a few more cards that I don't think I'm going to worry too much about any of these. These aren't ones we're going to use. So far, so good, though. We got a little bit of mana fixing in a more efficient way than a gate. We've got some really good removal, two really, really good removal spells, plus a creature that does it. Let's see what we got here. Well, Experimental Frenzy is a valuable rare. This pack isn't super amazing for us. Could go with a sword if we really start getting gates, though, but it kind of commits us to something that slows us down. We could jumpstart and draw cards again. We got Notion Rain is pretty good. Burglar Rat's pretty good. Hand Disruption is a nice mechanic to dive into. Man, this hand is really set up for those people who are playing red. Like, we don't have a lot of power here, but Burglar Rats, we go mana fixing if we want. Just kind of draft it early. I'm not sure if I want 2 Notion Rains. It's just a 40-card deck. Not ideal, especially since I've got another draw mechanic. Yeah, I think we'll just continue to mana fix, so it's not a problem for us. Nice little removal spell. I think I'm going to go with that one. lock down a creature. Well, this is pretty good though, 2 for undergrowth. But we'll take the removal. It's going to be higher value. Leapfrog is good. Getting to 3/1 for 3 that we can make fly pretty easily. Let's see. Burglar Rats, again, not bad. Hand Disruption's good. Don't really think we're going to dive into the insect. It's just too fat. 4/3 for 4 is interesting too if we want to really be aggressive. There's not a ton of beefy stuff, but I think we're going to go with Evasion. Dual purpose card. I think I'm just going to take the split card here. Getting to draw and surveil is good. Getting to bounce. Not bad. Oh, there's Deadweight though. I think Deadweight's the way to go. But I like the split card. I need to start drawing and surveilling. Build up that mechanic and that choice. Counter target spell 4 greater. Again, keeps us aggressive, keeps the fat things away from us. We got the undergrowth guy again that gets big with creatures in the graveyard. It's a pretty good pack. A couple good choices, but I think we're going to go with the counter spell as much as I hate that path. Child of Night. Simple card. 2/1 for 2 that I can... So I guess the debate is, do I want lifelink, death touch, or nope, I want this. Let's go with Evasion. Unblockable. Sneak on through and kill. Wow, another Deadweight on the round back. Come back. This is tough. Watcher in the Mist is really good. I think Deadweight's the right choice. I think we got to look for removal because I skipped Owen, but man, Watcher in the Mist is so good. Flying and surveilling. 3/4. Oh, that pains me. I think Deadweight's the right choice, though. I think we're going to go more mana fixing here. Not a lot else for us in the pack. While we're waiting for everybody else to pick their cards, if you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to see or a strategy you'd like me to play out in a future draft, let me know. Happy to do it. Happy to dive into that and tackle some topics. Really only a couple choices here. Again, I guess the sword. I mean, we're starting to get gates. Maybe that'd be interesting. 3/2 for 3 with vigilance is pretty efficient. And again, it keeps us aggressive, and I think I want to try to blend that. But, hand disruption, I'm going to go with the Burglar Rats. They got a decent pump spell. +3/+3, and it's got Convoke in an instant. We'll go with that. The Ceradon, not bad. For again, that I don't feel bad about passing up the 3/2. We'll take Crush. Yeah, we'll take that. Just wow, I wouldn't have thought we'd get that back. That's good. Easy pick. For a couple of good picks in the last 2. Jump starting to fly twice, not bad. A little Goblin off to the sideboard. All right, last pack. Let's hope for... Wow. Well, I was going to say really good rare. There it is. Pelt Collector. Thank you. Easy pick. I mean, we can look at the rest of the pack, but this card is so good in everything. Constructed, limited. This is ridiculous card. So there's other good cards in this pack. I see them, but this is easily the right choice. It's just starting the game off with a bang. I mean, that's a how you win the game kind of card. Tutor, it's fine. Not that great though. This is interesting. What else do we got though? Could double down on the Undergrowth. We got a couple good Undergrowth cards here. The Fungus Zombie, and we also have the one that +X+O and Menace. I might go with this. It's really strong. Hypothesizzle is good too, but we are too far away from that. And this seems interesting. I'm going to go with that. Watery Grave. Let's mana fix and pick a big rare. I'm good with that. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 3/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 for 3 with vigilance is good. 2 mana 4/4 Just not going to look at anything else. So I don't have to feel guilty about drafting a shock land. Let's see. Oh, 3/1 flyer that we don't care if it dies is not bad. Again, it helps us with undergrowth. Oh, Watcher in the Mist, though. Man, I'm kind of torn. Both very good cards in the way we're going to play. There's a lot of good cards this one, but Watcher in the Mist is so good. Get some mana fixing. 1,000-Year Storm. It's a cool card. It's mythic, but not one we're going to pick. Mana fixing is where I'm going to go because I've kind of built up the deck I want to run. Necrotic Wound this late is, that's crazy. Yeah, we're going to, well, keep aggressive. Haste Undergrowth. Let's stay aggressive. I think we have good removal and bounce. This is a pretty easy pick too. Again, just that hand disruption is going to be key, and you can this thing has so much recursion, like continue to surveil and surveil and surveil, and then we get to make him discard, we get to draw, make him discard, we get to draw over and over again. That can seal up a game all on its own. Got a lot of power going on right now. You have to start looking at cards to make cuts. I don't think we really need the pump up because we're pretty aggressive and we have some solid removal. Man, feeling pretty good. Our mana is fully fixed. We have both Surveil and Undergrowth kind of geared up and ready to go. Man, I hate counter spells, but that one is pretty effective. I think we might go with the 3/1. We don't care if it dies. Feels right. I mean, this is the Winddrake's pretty good too, or the Drake is pretty good. The draw card Drake, but I think let's be aggressive. Child of Night. Not a lot else. I'm not going to play a Locket. It's just too bulky. Go with more unblockable. Maybe that's better. Just to keep that evasion going. But the early on 2/1 lifelink that, again, you don't care if it dies, is just good for Undergrowth as well. Well, we got Gain Life Undergrowth with a 4/4. But we got the Menace guy again. I think 2 of these would be great. So we'll go with that. Another Locket. We can just, at this point, it's just in case maybe, if we really get into a pinch. Not much here. We'll just grab whatever. Yeah, we could maybe use that. Weird. Yeah, I didn't expect to see that. I got another Ceradon. Keep us aggressive, but yeah, last few cards, ones we're not going to need. So, while we were picking, I think I kind of started making the cuts. Man, this seems like a very powerful deck. I mean, again, mana fixed. We're really aggressive. If we can really click into that Surveil, we should hopefully fill up that graveyard and always benefit from 2, 3, maybe even 4 creatures with some regularity, especially with those couple that we're okay with them dying. They're just kind of there to swing early or swing high, and then somebody has to deal with it because they can't just keep letting us gain life. So feeling pretty good about that. Not sure if we need the rats. I might ditch the counter spell just because I don't want to hold back any mana. I mean, maybe late in the game it is pretty good though. Keeps the heavy things away from us, but we got to make some cuts here, and I feel like we've got so much tap down, removal, and evasion that I don't need to sit there and hold back and try to counter anything. This feels pretty good though. And even grabbing some life back if we need a little extra life to buy us a turn to swing. Maybe that's a little too bulky though. But I think we're good with yeah, I'm gonna cut the counter spell, and I think I'm feeling pretty good. Again, hopefully you enjoyed this. This is kind of looking at that Sultai strategy, and I really went with the aggressive one that benefits a little bit from Surveil and creatures that you don't mind dying. But this thing, it looks like it's going to pack a pretty nasty punch in the competitive draft format. And again, hopefully you guys like what you see. If there's anything else you'd like to learn or like me to focus on when it comes to building a pretty healthy sideboard throughout your draft, as well as an aggressive deck or a smart control deck, which control is never my favorite, but with this, with guilds, there's a lot of pretty solid control strategy out there. But this feels good for me. If there's, like I said, anything you guys want to see or meet us to dive into, leave a comment below. If you guys like what you see, please make sure you share it. You hit that thumbs up button. You hit the notification so you're always available when new content is there for you. And subscribe to us. We love you guys. This is Booster Therapy. This is another Draft Tech video. And thank you so much for your time. And you all have a wonderful week. And good luck in your next Friday Night Magic.